Hello guys and welcome back to the world of Minecraft, where today we are currently at our main spawn base because I have been working on the area since last episode. So last episode we worked on the firework display over here, and I've gone ahead and torched up all of the main area. There are still a few dark spots. There's always zombies and witches chilling around, but it's now much less violent than it has been. And I have also been working on the the layout of the castle area. So you may notice here that I have constructed a gigantic wall, and this is going to be the beginning of the castle. This is completely and utterly temporary. This is just I just popped it here to get an idea of how far back I wanted the castle to be. I mean, this will probably provide the basis for the wall, and I'm gonna quickly go to sleep. This here will probably provide the base layer, and I'm planning on having the main entrance here. So the main entrance of the castle will be here because I decided it fitted in well with the terrain coming up to it. So this bit kind of slopes inwards. I have done some terraforming, like this used to be, if we knock out like this, yeah. I have flattened out a lot of it, so that's new as well. I've been doing a lot of terraforming since last episode. A bit of it will be, like, a lot of the terraforming is hard to tell. Some of it is pretty obvious, like this. That this was just kind of a rush job for terraforming. I've terraformed up to, oh yeah, the gatehouse. That's another thing we want to talk about. Terraforming up this area. The other side of the gatehouse is now semi-done. So I have put in a little bit of a tunnel now. I'm still working on the decorations on the side. These are all kind of just ideas I'm playing around with. I'm probably not going to keep it like this, but it's a start. And I have hooked up the redstone for this door here into a nice little button, and the redstone for this is nice and simple. All it is a little T flip-flop. Do I have any ender pearls? No, I don't. But I'll just show you from this side. So we have the redstone coming from this block here, travels up, and then through a repeater in a monostable into there. And I'm thinking, so I've also got the wall running across here because I'm thinking one of the main entrances into like the wall will be here. This will be a fairly defensive one because there is going to be accesses from the military encampment, because I've been trying to think about how the city is going to be portioned out, and I've come up with a little bit of a system. So this area here is kind of the rich, snobby part, and we're actually not going to have too many houses. We're only going to have like 3 or 4 houses here and the military base. So there is going to be military stuff within the castle, but there is also the garrison for the wall. If you don't know about medieval stuff, you would have shifts of men selected to guard the wall, and there'd be a place for them to live during their off time. So this garrison, and I'm kind of ignoring the whole family front. I know that some of them would live with their families away from the garrison when they're off duty, but for the sake of keeping it a bit nicer, in terms of we don't have to build 2 sets of houses, we're just going to stick to that all the men in this city. If they join the army, they're all single because they just want to serve their country rather than make babies. Here is military base camp. This should really be a military garrison, but I just quickly jotted this down while I was running around trying to think of where everything should go. So, for the first part of this video, I'm going to go around and explain what all of this is, and then we'll be working on the redstone up there that I was talking about. So, I'm thinking of just fencing up here to an adequate height. Probably it will just be kind of dug in a bit, and then this will be raised up, just so it looks like this is fairly well secure, because you don't want any ruffians sneaking into your garrison camp. And the entrance for the garrison camp will be over here. We've also got some TNT set up, which we'll do in the interlude. So I haven't really planned this out. I mean, this will probably be like the main drill square. Down there will probably be the range, so where people where they can practice their archery skills without, I don't know, shooting people in the head. Up here will be maybe a bit of a fitness center, and the accommodation will be set up into the caves. So as you can see there, we've kind of got a few natural caves. So I'm thinking of utilizing those two as part of the mise en scène, possibly the mise en scène. I don't know. My French stuff isn't really good. I'm fairly certain that's just a cooking term. And we will get to the gatehouse when we get to the gatehouse. And up here, we're going to have a watchtower, and over on the pumpkin farm, we're also going to build a watchtower, and that's going to be a bigger one. This is going to be a fairly slender, small one. That's going to be a chunky one, which might have some form of military attacky stuff on the top of it. That's about it for stuff I've worked on. I removed the old bridge there. I'll probably be moving this cart over to somewhere a bit closer to the castle. Anyway, TNT time. Woo! This is what I've been waiting to do for about 10 minutes now. Right. Or actually, more like a couple of hours, because I planted this down here a while ago. Right. Time to see whether this will get set off. And the answer to that is no. So we will quickly, fail at lighting TNT. Yeah, I'm terrible at doing TNT. Right. Doop. And doop. We've also got some more TNT, which we'll do as well. Ow. That's a tiny bit deep, but oh well. We can terraform this up at a later time. Yeah, it's a tiny bit straight and not entirely what I was planning on happening. But, you know, TNT, you explode it out and then you reform it back into a nicer shape a bit later on. Cool. Let's fly up and see what that looks like from a bit of further distance. Yeah, I do kind of want a fairly sharp cutaway for this bit here, because I think we will have a drawbridge along there for the military encampment. I'm making this up as I go along. Yeah, that might actually work. So we've actually got so that can actually be made deeper, and then that can be made deeper. So it's a bit like a moat caused by the hill. That might work actually. So it actually goes deeper. The only issue would be with a house. However, we could say that the house was built after the city moved into more peaceful times, remember? We were saying about the city used to be a warlike empire, but then in recent times it has turned its attention to trade. So we could say that this bit here has been made into a more pleasant vale. In more recent times. We have got one more TNT to do. And then I'm going to take a break, and we will be back with the redstone, which is going to be a one-wide chicken farm, thanks to the observers. And the other TNT we are going to be playing with today is we are going to be playing with the river. So this is going to be a very rough... I have a ghost block, there we go. And a possible idea I have is trying to like run behind the TNT. As for whether that will work, I don't know. Right, let's give this a try. I'll just like dag it out a bit just to see whether it would be an idea to like let this TNT and then run backwards. But in hindsight, in foresight, that would be a bad plan. Right. Ow. Oh no! I'm missing the TNT. There we go. We slightly missed half the TNT. That's the way the TNT crumbles. Yeah. I have realised that I'll probably do a bit of a corner here. I won't just turn instantly at a right angle. And yeah, this water here will possibly go, or it might cascade into the mountain, cascade into the stream as we pass under it, though I'm not sure exactly how that will work. Let's toss that away. I was actually after the coal. Let's toss away the gunpowder, because now gunpowder is a very cheap source for us. And yeah, so I have built, I appear to be flying in midair, I just logged back on. I have built the chicken farm now, so we're going to go over and have a look at it. When I said a one-wide chicken farm, this chicken farm is one-wide, but also three-wide, because there is a zombie somewhere. You going to interfere? No, okay. Oh, I think he's in the cave in there. So, let me quickly run through how this chicken farm works. It's a very simple chicken farm. So, behind this red box, in here we have a space for adult chickens to grow into. And they will grow up on this hopper here. So I have got some eggs here and some more eggs over in that chest. And I'm only going to put in about 10 or so, because in testing, if you put in more than one egg, if more than one egg goes through the hoppers at a time, over time that will jam up the system. So I need to be careful not to put too many chickens in to lay too many eggs, otherwise it will jam it up. So basically, when the chickens in here lay their eggs, they will drop down through this hopper here, and they will travel across here, and the comparator will activate this observer, and then we will put a piston on this block here. We won't put it here just yet, because we want to load up our chickens first, and this birchwood will be replaced by an observer. It is just here for temporary measures. And in this dispenser here, we're going to put a lava bucket, and the bottom one will be loaded up with eggs as they go through. So essentially, when an egg goes through, the observer will push across, activating both dispensers, and then it will retract again, because the comparator turning on then off acts as a double tick. So the observer, which is this birch block, will go from there to there, back over to there. So that will spit out the lava and suck it back in. And this shulker box here will actually be used to collect up the drops from it. I have a few other various bits of items in here that I'll be using to decorate it. And I will be decorating it in a minute. But first, there is some more TNT fun to have. First TNT, let's go. That was a bit of a big TNT. Okay, I didn't realize quite how close to the edge of the cliff we were. Maybe I'll remove this bit then. No, I quite liked it. I'll have a play around with exactly how this cliff here is going to be. But there is more TNT back here. And after we blow up this TNT, I'm going to explain something. This is a lot more TNTs, so... Yeah, like I said, a lot more TNT. And this is not all. We've got a tiny bit more to go. So, this is going to be an elevator, which is going to come from the farm down below. And this is going to be one of the exits to the chicken farm. And that exit down there will be to the cow farm. So that will be a future project. I have the elevator design, and it's on my to-do list of redstone videos to make. I think I quite like the look of this cave. I'm probably going to level it out a bit. Maybe involve this as a waterfall, so it cuts in a bit more this way. But yeah, that was just a quick little bit of TNT. But there is a tiny bit more TNT. Is the sun setting or rising? It is setting. We're going to quickly go to bed. I want some blocks in my hotbar. So I have prepared a fair amount of TNT. Actually, I don't need to do this. I can just light one. And then we'll fly up and watch it from a distance. Yeah, that's more like the TNT we need. That probably shaved about 2 layers off. Yeah, we're gonna need a lot more of digging. But anyway, that is all of the TNT I had prepared to do. So if we look from here, you can see that that bit there and that bit there. It kind of needs to go inwards because that bit goes in. That bit goes in and in again. So I think I'll probably cap it off at about there and try and take in the size a little bit. And this here, I can't actually remember what I was going to make. I believe it is a rabbit farm. So I will try to make a rabbit farm design, though I'm really not certain. But anyway, I am going to fill this up with chickens, decorate it, and we will be back. Maybe that will be the dramatic opening to this part of the video. Right, so I have built ourselves the chicken farm. I'm just... Right. That chicken didn't last long. Let's hope these chicken 2, 3... I'm going to go make one more chicken. I didn't need quite as many eggs as I believed I would require. There we go. That's enough. I decided to put in a few more. I'm going to test this out now. Oh, the piston. The piston would be a great addition to the build. I removed the piston because I put the chickens in, then started to build it and realized that it doesn't work without... This was kind of built before I decided on the medieval theme for our bit, for this town, so it is a tiny bit anachronistic, but it will be the only anachronistic element of this area, I hope. And besides, it's fairly out of the way. As you can see, there's chickens facing out everywhere. So, as you can see, it is, I kind of went for like a kind of a, it's kind of like a McDonald's KFC style vibe without doing any lettering. So here is where the cooked chicken will go. I actually need that bucket of lava, and we will quickly test it out. So hopefully I will clear this dispenser here first and pop the lava in there. If we break open this block here, all of the chickens will escape. Great. Right, let's forget about the chickens for now. Chickens, be gone. Be gone, chickens. This is what you get for working with sand. Right. Be gone. Right. Be gone. Be gone. There have been a few chicky massacres already this video. So, put an egg in. And it... yeah, because you have to throw it at it. You can't place it in, otherwise it doesn't work. Kill and the dispenser fired. Excellent. It works a charm. Right. Right. So, let's empty out that egg there, because we don't want any rotten eggs in our system. Haha, I am so funny. Right, and we are going to put powder there. Powder here. And let's say powder there. Just to vary up the blocks a tiny bit. And one here, why not? There we go. So now it's slightly less uniform, but still looks fairly identical. About this area here, I think I'm going to call it like it is for the next few episodes, and we're going to go work on somewhere else, because I've just had a little bit of a building block in terms of it. I haven't really built anything in a while, and when it and I want to try and get the castle infrastructure built before I put any houses in, to kind of try and get the stuff that would be a massive pain to move done, and put in a nice... That was close. Put in a nice location before we start to put in the more decorative elements. Ow. Right, and now I have a creeper hole to clear up as well, which is lovely. I probably should go and attack this area with a few more torches, because there are still a few cheeky mobs getting in through the system. That's another project I probably will try to tackle fairly soon, and that is a horse stable. Because I have a fair amount of horses. However, I haven't really got a place to put them. I think I moved... I moved all of my horses out to here when I was working on the portcullis. And yeah, they're still living there. I should probably go on a hunt for more horses after we build a horse stable. Though I don't know how many horses we will build the stable for. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We now have a steady supply of cooked chicken, and there are loads of creepers around tonight, so our gunpowder stocks will not really dwindle at all.